Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith, and welcome to my first major video on this channel. Star Citizen has been on my map for a while. I'm jumping in with a late gen i7 270 RTX, and I'm having a really good experience with my frame rates in the game, besides, your typically really hard hit cities that everyone knows about in the game. I played the original Wing Commander on my little Tandy as a kid. I've always loved games that feel like real PC games. And this game definitely brings me back to that era, a game that feels like you're on the PC. Graphically, since I have a decent computer, everything about the game, even the worst cities, were doable for me. I've played a lot of early development games. I understand what it's like to play it in some lower frames per second. It is very CPU bound with the unoptimization, you can definitely tell that. But I was able to get into the game pretty quick. The first couple of days, I was really just learning the game, learning how to fly, exploring different cities, learning the locations of various cities. The community is super nice in Star Citizen. That is one thing that's a fact. I made a few mistakes. I needed to be picked up by some, veterans in the system because of my noobness. They were transporting me to another planet, and they hooked me up with a better starting ship, which was the 100i. And dropped me a little bit of starting cash. It seemed like they wanted to give me a little bit of a boost to start, but not so much that it was going to kill my progression and destroy the little bit of game that is here. Pretty much when they left me, I had a 100i. I was able to upgrade my starting Mustang to 100% full capacity, ready to take on some bounties, and I had about 100k, 150k left over. So after decking out my ship, spending a few days exploring the game, getting used to the controls, I started with bounties on my Mustang, and I've really enjoyed the combat experience at this point in the game. At this point, space combat feels pretty fleshed out, pretty developed, and I think it's only going to get more developed from here. It's definitely getting me to think about a flight stick and a throttle or something of that nature. I've never actually considered that before, but this game is definitely pushing me that direction. Within a couple days of doing bounties and skimmers, I was able to get myself up to an arrow. That arrow is absolutely a great fighter for me. It has great speed, great control, and I was able to get it within 2 to 3 days max of starting skimmers and bounties. Which, if you're new to the game and you don't want to go the mining route and you want to go the bounty route and you get something like a starting Mustang, I definitely would start with skimmer missions in light end bounties. It's a great way to start the game, get used to combat. Skimmer missions are 20k, and once you get used to them, they're like 10 minutes, very easy to do. Within the first week, I actually maxed out the bounties in my Mustang. I didn't even know I did it till somebody told me, oh, you maxed out your bounty, that's why you're not getting any more certificates. And then I treated myself to that arrow, and it's just been such a great experience with the users. They're really tight-knit. Most of them are willing to help you out. It is the internet. You're going to have a little trollish situations in there sometimes, but in general, the community is awesome. I'm definitely excited to see how this game evolves. The fact that I'm so new to it, and I've only got one ship, bought in game, I have a lot I can explore myself this year, while they're adding what seems to be a lot of content that will affect the game itself rather than expanding the game outward. So to me, it feels like a really good time to be getting into this game. So if you've been thinking about it and it's been on your mind, you might want to think about it sometime this year, because the way the roadmap's looking with this year and the development that's already in the game, it's looking like a really good time to jump in, get situated, and learn the base of the game. I'm definitely going to do more videos on Star Citizen, because I absolutely love it. It'll be interesting to see how close to their final dream they can finally get this game. So that's my opinion on Star Citizen on about 1 week of playing it pretty heavy. I'll definitely be doing more videos on Star Citizen and more longer thought out videos on other content in the future, so keep an eye out for those, and I'll see you next time.